One single magical instance marks the moment the world was introduced to the sublime talents of a Brazilian named Ronaldo da Moreira. Coming off the bench for his senior international debut in a 1999 Copa America match, his goal against Venezuela was but a mere taste of something special to come. Then a cheeky youngster, now one of football's most exciting players. He is known simply as Ronaldinho.
Whenever Venezuela is spoken of, I think of that game, that goal. It was an unforgettable moment in my career, and I always hope to have the same luck against them.
Give him a ball, and he's the happiest man alive. Maradona declared he operates on a higher level than anyone else. Pelé simply stated he is a master of the ball. With references like that on his resume, it's no wonder that Ronaldinho has experienced a meteoric rise to the top in one of the toughest businesses around. And it was no surprise when the Brazilian was named FIFA World Player of the Year in successive years 2004 and 2005. Famous first in Brazil, he led the way in France for PSG and is now unstoppable with Barcelona in Spain. Ronaldo da Moreira eats, breathes and lives football and is capable of reinventing the game any time he laces up his boots.
When you have the ball at your feet, you have to make the best of it, make as few errors as possible to be able to have a good game and help your team.
The world was privy to a sneak preview of Ronaldinho sometime before Brazil's 1999 Copa America Championship victory, though. But no one could have predicted where his future lay. At the 1997 Under-17 World Cup in Egypt, Ronaldinho made his intentions known. Recognizing his potential, Grêmio, the team from his home state of Rio Grande do Sul in Brazil, issued the buck-toothed teenager his first professional contract in 1997. Then just 17, Ronaldinho never looked back. The door had been opened on a career that has no end in sight, a vocation that has bred nothing but success.
The expectation is always to win, isn't it? I always expect to have good performance and to bring happiness to the Brazilian people.
He's now a superstar of Barcelona, where he won his first league championship in 2005, but it's playing alongside his childhood mentors and fellow compatriots that brought him the greatest pride since making his debut for Brazil on that day in 1999.
When I was a child, I used to play pretending I was Romario, but I never imagined to play with him. But things happened very fast in my life, and now I have this opportunity, and I am very happy.
Ronaldinho becomes a force to reckon with whenever he dons his golden Brazil shirt. Following his Copa America baptism, he was divine at that year's Confederations Cup, proving to be a natural in that uniquely Brazilian position of a midfield striker that was earlier mastered by the likes of Pelé and Zico. In his first intercontinental event, score sheets from the Olympics to the World Cup. A hat-trick against arch-rivals Argentina in Sydney 2000 qualifying confirmed the opinion that little Ronaldo had an enormous future. In 2001, he crossed the Atlantic to join Paris Saint-Germain in France. Although the Brazilian couldn't find success at club level, his 2 years in the French capital were a useful apprenticeship, and the name Ronaldinho will remain in the hearts of PSG supporters for a long time. There was some success during his stint at PSG, but it wasn't with the Parisian team. At a little tournament called the 2002 World Cup, Brazil, with Ronaldinho in fine form, returned from Japan and Korea as world champions. His performance, in particular, a 35-metre lob over England goalkeeper David Seaman, sparked a frenzy as the big clubs of Europe sought to get him on side in the hope of securing his services for the future. There was nothing PSG could do to stop Ronaldinho leaving. Nothing other than accept the transfer fee, which was sure to be exorbitant. Many expected the world champion player to join Manchester United as a David Beckham replacement, but Barcelona trumped Man U at the 11th hour with a €27 million offer. Transferring to the Spanish club in July 2003, dawn had broken on a new era for Ronaldinho. Meeting the high expectations of the Catalan establishment, his reputation is now phenomenal, and longtime Barca manager Frank Rijkaard has nothing but praise for this master of football.
I think that Ronaldinho is a player who can make the difference. When he is in good form, he moves very well, which is very important for our team. And that means he has the quality to score and can also give assistance to the other players.
Eager to follow in the Barcelona footsteps of the great Brazilians before him, including Evaristo, Ronaldo and Romario, Ronaldinho amply rewarded the Spanish side with 22 goals in his first season. But his arrival in Spain was only the entree for a breathtaking main course of skill, dedication and impact on a world stage. With a World Cup winner's medal in his keeping, emerging Brazilian star Ronaldinho's reputation preceded him when he arrived at Barcelona in 2003. Few could have predicted he would exceed all expectations, and then some. By the middle of that season, it was apparent that Ronaldinho had elevated his game to a new level, clearly standing out in a climate thick with talent. And by the end of 2004, amidst a fine run of form for both club and country, the man whose friends call him Ronnie was adorned with the greatest personal accolade a footballer can receive. Edging out Frenchman Thierry Henry of Arsenal and Milan hitman Andriy Shevchenko, Ronaldo da Assis Moreira was named FIFA World Player of the Year. It was a significant moment for the 24-year-old, recognition of his arrival at the very elite level of world football, as he joined the tier of recent winners Zidane, Figo and celebrated countryman Ronaldo. Ronaldinho was suddenly a global household name. More to the point, he was a signing all managers coveted as he became the hottest name in world football. Endorsements flowed his way as quickly as awards. Free-spending Chelsea reportedly made a £60 million bid for his services. In response, Barca tried to secure its star until 2014, but Ronaldinho elected to extend his deal for just 2 more seasons, as his impact began to be compared to another fabled South American, the great Maradona.
First of all, thanks very much for the compliment. My dream has always been to follow the steps of the best players. I'm very happy with the level I have achieved so far, and my goal is to grow even more. I'm still young and have a lot to learn, but I'm very pleased with this route I am following, and I want to go even further, following the steps of my great idols and players.
First priority was to take care of business at Nou Camp. By season 2004-05, his talent was a tour de force all by itself, playing no small part in Barca's celebrated return to the top of La Liga as it secured its first championship in 6 seasons. He captained Brazil in a successful Confederations Cup campaign, and by the end of 2005, he secured a second successive FIFA World Player of the Year award, holding 3 times the points total of the man in second place, Chelsea's Frank Lampard. Coupled with European Player of the Year and Best Striker in the Champions League honours, plus FIFA Pro Players Player of the Year, Ronaldinho now had no peer in world football. Yet it was the team success he so obviously cherished.
I hope to come here and to make a mark in my time here. I wanted everyone to think of me as a player who won a lot of titles. And I have just won my first one. I want to continue like this, winning titles and creating a victorious era.
He did not wait long to add to Barca glory. This time, the Spanish Giants avenged the previous year's loss to Chelsea by knocking the Blues out of the Champions League in the second leg. Barcelona pushed on to claim the title in the red card's direction with a 2-1 win over Arsenal in the final, played in Paris. While he didn't score in the final, a few eyebrows were raised when Ronaldinho was again named Champions League Player of the Year. The Brazilian genius finished the season with a career-high 26 goals, good enough to spearhead another La Liga championship and the perfect prelude to World Cup 2006. In the lead-up to Germany, Brazil again earned its now customary tag of favourite. True, it was the defending champion, yet it also brandished the finest player on the planet. Find out what lay ahead for Ronaldinho after the break. Then, later on Immortals, the Bulgarian bombshell, Hristo Stoichkov.
South Africa are the Rugby World Cup champions for the second time, defeating England by 15 points to 6 in start to France, proving that experience and young talent can win a World Cup. Johnny Wilkinson was kept at bay, and South Africa's forwards dominated all set pieces, making no mistakes for England to capitalize on. The 2007 South African Rugby World Cup squad, a team to remember. These Rugby World Cup files were proudly brought to you by Ram Hand-to-Hand Couriers.
The world puts on a show on the beaches of Brazil. Get swept away, festival of passion, color, where the performers move to the rhythm in their feet and leave you spinning in a football frenzy. Rio has a new color, the Beach Soccer World Cup. Supersport, your world of champions. Board Riders TV is presented by Virgin Mobile and Resolution Health.
Look around, what do you see? I see the world smiling back at me. Think about where you really are. No matter where you are, you're never ever too far. You're on top of the world, and there's no other place that you'd rather be.
Despite their good spirits, the fancied Brazilians seldom hit top gear at the 2006 World Cup, and put simply, Ronaldinho was not at his best. He didn't score in Brazil's 5 matches and could make no impression as France eliminated the tournament favourite 1-0 in the quarter-finals. A nation wept, and there would be a price to pay. The performance cost coach Carlos Alberto Pereira his job, and it took a shine off Ronaldinho's international reputation. Yet he believes he is still a work in progress, not even considering himself the player at Barca, let alone in the world.
I have a lot to improve. I'm a young player, so my goal is to improve in all areas. I'm happy with my current form, but I know that I can improve more, so that's my goal. To get better in all aspects, to improve my game, and make football history.
In November 2006, Ronaldinho scored his 50th goal for Barca, and he began to take his game to the world. The attacking midfielder toured the United States and Mexico and took Barcelona to the final of the World Club Championships in Japan. His club lost 1-0, ironically to Brazilian club Internacional, and watching his former local club rivals celebrate clearly cut deep into Ronaldinho's pride. Yet he's more often than not a winner in any form of the game, including electronic. Now a presence in living rooms around the world, Ronaldinho rounded out a sublime year by winning a second consecutive FIFA Pro Player of the Year award in 2006.
I feel these are really good times for me. Last season was really good and the team received a lot of awards. Well, the team and also some players. We had a good season. I'm happy to be at this level.
And what a level it is. Ronaldinho was third in FIFA Player of the Year honours in 2006, adding to an extraordinary list of achievements for a player in his mid-20s. In the 3 years since emerging on the international scene, he had the most impressive array of individual honours in the world game, and his profile is such that he had surpassed Englishman David Beckham to be the #1 earner of endorsement revenues in sport. And once again, Barca sat atop the Primeira Liga, riding the crest of the Brazilians' wave. There is no bigger name in world football, and arguably no bigger talent, than Ronaldinho. His sky, it seems, has no limit. Ronaldinho's football gifts were evident from his early days on the streets of Brazil. His junior coach, Ronaldo Santos, remembers it like yesterday.
One day my son arrived home and told us he had met an 8-year-old boy in the neighborhood. He was impressed by what an 8-year-old boy could do, and I said, "How?" "Dad, he is different," he said. "He is amazing."
We're all privileged to witness him now. Not only a dangerous and exciting player, this master of improvisation has a love for the game and an attitude to playing it that's made Ronaldo de Assis Moreira a powerhouse in world football. He is charismatic, he is young, exuberant and absurdly talented. He's the best player on the planet, and already the man they called Ronaldinho is an immortal legend of the game.
Everything in my life has a good face and a bad face, but I always keep the good face. This is my way of being. I am always happy. I am healthy, and my family is healthy. And I have the joy of doing what I like best, which is playing football.